I think for me there's a kind of weird tension between wanting to look beautiful and accepting the societal pressure to want to look beautiful and thin, and also wanting to lead as an example to my friends and to my sister. A lot of my friends used to have an eating disorder or still have it, and my twin sister. So when I look in the mirror and I think about what's beautiful about myself, the fact that I'm healthy and that I don't see myself as too thin, it's the only thing that I am proud of about myself, because it's really hard.
When I was younger, I would focus on the things I loved about myself and also the things I hated about myself. So I'd be like, oh, I love my hair, like I hate my breasts. But now I look upon myself less as made up of lots of different parts that have different values. I see myself as more of like an ensemble piece. And I think the thing I like about myself now is just that I have confidence about my whole self.
I can appreciate a little bit of makeup. I don't like being able to tell specifically that a girl has caked on a lot of makeup though, because it's very distracting from the features on her normal face. I like seeing people without makeup, because so often people are wearing makeup constantly that you don't actually know what their real face or real skin colour is.
I never want someone to be disappointed to discover that I'm not who they thought I was. So I never want to wake up in bed with someone after a night out and have taken off my makeup and then think, oh, she's uglier without makeup. I just think it's interesting because it comes from the same thing of insecurity, but just like a different reaction to it.
Well, the role of women has changed so much in those from Marilyn to Kira. I think women are less, they're not seen so much as like the homely, like cuddly, safe person who like, you know, stays home with the kids and is like a motherly, like feminine looking person. That has changed, maybe in a positive light, to a woman who is more active and, you know, more like proactive and wants to get things done and has roles in society and shit. And I think people's perception of what their body should look like has changed with that.
Like, I think that a relationship with your mother is really important, just as important as having a relationship with your father, but it's, I don't know. Because I want to be feminist about it and be like, no, women should go and work, but they do need, I think it's really important to spend a lot of time with your mum when you're growing up and not miss her.
I feel like society feels like they have more of a responsibility too, but I don't know if that responsibility is right. Like, really, I feel like men should be compromising their career just as much as women to have children. Like, it's the responsibility of both parents.
Like, as a man, I would love to spend all the time I could with my kid, but I think the idea of a man staying at home to raise a child is not considered normal yet. I think the idea of a woman asking a man out is fantastic.
But like, no matter what, if they're a man or a woman or whatever, if you're just a person, you should be like, hey, I like you, I want to hang out with you, no matter who you are. It puts a bad picture on men. Half the time they're equally as shy and scared as we are, and they're so pressured by society and their stupid boyfriends and shit to make the first move. And that's terrifying. Making the first move is so scary. Someone could be like, no, you're gross, bye.
Guys do have a lot of pressure in the bedroom, and I'm not sure where that comes from. Like, I'm not sure whether it is because, like, historically they've kind of been seen as the active participator in sex, whereas a woman is kind of like the passive vessel who, like, takes the sex.
I just think that it's really important to have an equal balance of power. So if I was a girl and I wanted a relationship and the guy didn't, I don't think that the girl should have sex with that guy.
I guess typically people think that women have all the power, they make the calls and they say, like, you know, when it's appropriate to have sex and when it's not.
Both times I first had sex with a girl and with a guy, I felt disempowered. I felt like he was the active one because I had no idea what I was doing, and I kind of felt like I just took it, and I was like, if that's what it is to have sex with a guy, like, it's kind of degrading.
The first time I had sex, I felt empowered, definitely. It was definitely an empowering experience.
A woman is still judged for having sex or hooking up with someone in a much more negative light than if a guy is.
Men are supported, men are high-fived for banging bitches and shit. You can have sex with random guys as a girl and not be a slut, but also it's the way you carry yourself also determines whether or not I think you're a slut.